Previous class, we got to know about the physical properties of acids. Today, we shall understand the chemical properties of acids and bases. But to understand the chemical properties of acids and bases, we must need to perform some activities in the laboratory. So we shall understand the chemical properties of acids and bases through our laboratory activities. Okay, so it's the activity of your textbook 2.1.1 acids and bases in the laboratory. So it's the first activity, and this first activity is based on it will be considered as the primary test to detect whether the given chemicals are acidic and basic. So what are the chemicals that we are going to detect? So these are the chemicals that we need to detect. So HCl. So students, about these things, these chemicals you have to remember very well, as these chemicals will be coming again and again in your further chapters of chemistry. Alright, so do remember the molecular formula of these chemicals. So let us see what are these chemicals. HCl, also known as hydrochloric acid. H2SO4 means sulfuric acid. So these are the molecular formula of these chemicals. So what are these? These are the chemicals. So HCl, hydrochloric acid, H2SO4, sulfuric acid, HNO3, nitric acid, CH3COOH, acetic acid, NaOH, sodium hydroxide, CaOH twice. For these students, you have to write as CaOH twice. Okay. So calcium hydroxide, KOH, potassium hydroxide, MgOH twice, magnesium hydroxide, and there's one more, NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide. Okay. So once again I will repeat it. HCl, hydrochloric acid, H2SO4, sulfuric acid, HNO3, nitric acid, CH3COOH, acetic acid. This acetic acid is also known as vinegar in our general language. Okay. So NaOH, sodium hydroxide, CaOH twice, calcium hydroxide, KOH, potassium hydroxide, MgOH twice, magnesium hydroxide, and NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide. So NH4 is ammonia. If we add up the OH group, it will become ammonium hydroxide. So these are the chemicals. But how to detect these chemicals? At the primary test, we will use the indicators. And indicators we have discussed in the previous classes. What are indicators? The substances which help us to detect whether the given chemical or compound are acidic or basic by changing its color. Okay. And to detect these chemicals, we will use these four indicators. Okay. So which are those? Red litmus, blue litmus, phenolphthalein, and methyl orange. And students, revise by yourself. Already we have studied red and blue litmus. So these are what kind of indicators? These are natural indicators, right? Red and blue litmus are the natural indicators, whereas phenolphthalein and methyl orange, these two are the synthetic indicators. Synthetic means artificially prepared. Okay. So by using these four indicators, we will detect the chemical and physical properties of acids and bases. Now which are the acids and bases among these? So these four: hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, and acetic acid. These four are the acids. As you can see in the name itself, acid, 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 right? And the remaining five: sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, and NH4OH, that is ammonium hydroxide. These five are the bases. Okay. So let us see. The acids and bases will change into what color are these indicators. So have a keen observation towards this laboratory activity. Understanding the chemical properties of acids and bases. Let us conduct an experimental activity. So what's the aim of our activity? To identify acids and bases using indicators and litmus papers. So what are the requirements we need? Hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, acetic acid, sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, and this is a what glass? Ammonium hydroxide.
Take 2 to 3 drops of solution on 2 watch glasses from the samples like HCl, hydrochloric acid, HNO3, that is nitric acid, CH3COOH, that is acetic acid, NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide, CaOH twice, that is calcium hydroxide, and NH4OH, that is ammonium hydroxide. So step 1. Test with indicator, that is with a drop of methyl orange indicator and phenolphthalein. Observe the color changes in the solution. So here we can observe the color change in one watch glass containing acid added with methyl orange indicator, which is red in color, and the other watch glass containing acid when added with a drop of phenolphthalein indicator, which is colorless after addition. Similarly, watch glass containing bases gave pink color with phenolphthalein and yellow color with the methyl orange indicator. Thus, we can identify the chemical property of a substance by the change in color of the indicator. Step 2. Test with blue litmus paper. Put the blue litmus paper on the watch glass and observe the color of the litmus paper. If blue litmus is changed to red, that is called acidic. And if the red litmus is changed to blue, that solution is base. Finally, from these indicators, tell whether a substance is acidic or base by observing the change in color. Some substances whose odor changes in acidic or basic media are called olfactory indicators.
So students, from the video laboratory activity, we can finally now confirm about the nature of the chemicals through the indicators that we had used in the activity to detect whether the chemicals that we had taken were basic or acidic by the change in the color of the indicators, that is the litmus papers and the solutions. So that's all about the acids and bases in the laboratory. So there in that video we had also come across a term, that is olfactory indicators. So once again let's revise it, what it is. Olfactory indicators: some substances whose odor changes in acidic or basic media, they are called as olfactory indicators. So there are some kind of substances even whose odor is nothing but the smell, students. Okay, so odor means smell. So there are some substances whose smell can even change the acidic or basic media. So such kind of substances are called as olfactory indicators. Alright, so that's all about the 2.1.1, and there is a home assignment for you of this class, table 2.1. You can find this table 2.1 into the page number 18. So you have to complete that table, and this table is based on the activity that we had conducted today, that is digital activity from the video. So complete that table and send that table, submit it online onto my WhatsApp number. Okay? And students, now we will see few more properties of acids and bases, chemical properties of acids and bases. And to see the further chemical properties of acids and bases, we must need to perform activities. So let us see the second property by conducting an activity which will include the reaction of acids and bases with metals. So we have to see how acids and bases will react with the metals, and you can see, go to refer this activity in your textbook. It will be the activity 2.3, and you can see the laboratory setup from the figure 2.1. And what does the figure 2.1 describes? It describes the reaction of zinc granules. So we will see the reaction of zinc granules with dilute hydrochloric acid, and we will test the hydrogen gas by burning. Okay? And what are the materials, that means what are the chemicals that are required for this activity? So there will be mainly two chemicals. One is hydrochloric acid and another one is zinc granule. So by taking these two chemicals, we will perform an activity to detect how will be the reaction between the acids and bases with metals.
So students, what's the aim to conduct this activity? It's the aim of this activity to conduct is to study the reaction of acids and bases with metals. What are the materials required? So the materials required in the laboratory are test tube, delivery tube, glass tub, candle, soap, water, dilute hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, and zinc granules. Now let us follow the procedure to perform this activity. Place a retard stand on a table. Adjust and fix the test tube on horizontal rod. Take about 10 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid, that is HCl, in a test tube. Now add a few pieces of zinc granules in it. Observe the surface of zinc granules. Insert one end of the delivery tube into the test tube through a cork and insert the other end of the delivery tube into a glass tub. Fill the glass tub with soap water. Now the gas evolved from the test tube passes through the delivery tube into the soap water. At this time, bring a lighted candle near the gas tub and ignite. Observe the reaction. Repeat the same process with some more acids like nitric acid and acetic acid. Make a note, but be careful while handling the acids. So let us see what's our observation. So we observe that a colorless and odorless gas comes out along the delivery tube. Bubbles are formed in the soap solution. The gas evolved burns with a pop sound. So what we can finally conclude? So our inference is, since the gas evolved from the tub gives pop sound near the burning candle, it is confirmed to be hydrogen gas produced by the zinc granules and dilute hydrochloric acid. So finally, this activity teaches us that hydrogen gas H2 evolves when an acid reacts with a metal. So finally, what's the reaction? So when acids reacts with metals, it will form salt and hydrogen. And the equation for the conducted activity will be 2 molecules of hydrochloric acid, that is diluted hydrochloric acid, with zinc granules on reaction will give zinc chloride, that is ZnCl2, with the liberation of hydrogen gas H2.
And students, from this activity we can infer the second chemical property of acids and bases. So what do acids and bases form when they react with the metal? So when acids and bases react with the metal, they will form salt and hydrogen gas. So this is the inference of conducting this activity. So keep in mind, when acid reacts with the metal, it will form salt and hydrogen. And according to the activity that we have conducted, so based on the chemicals that we have used, we will get the equation that 2 molecules of HCl in aqueous solution, that is diluted HCl. AQ means aqueous. Aqueous means it has been diluted. Okay. So when hydrochloric acid, diluted hydrochloric acid is reacted with zinc granules. So granules means it will be in the solid form, and yes indicates the solid substance. So when dilute hydrochloric acid reacts with the zinc granule, it will form zinc chloride. So zinc chloride is a salt. Okay. So zinc chloride ZnCl2 in the aqueous form with the liberation of hydrogen gas. Okay. So finally, to infer that when acids react with metal, any acid, if it react with a metal, it can form a salt with the liberation of hydrogen gas. So today we have conducted 2 activities to conclude the chemical properties of acids and bases. And further chemical properties of acids and bases we shall study in the next class. Okay, thank you.